Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia Wiles. If you've never been here before, I like to make a lot of videos relating to alopecia, which is why I don't have hair, and also just videos about being different and currently about study abroad because I am currently studying in Barcelona, Spain. I'm from the United States though. So today I wanted to make kind of a fun video about the questions that I get asked like all the time, just on the street, questions that people ask me about alopecia. So kind of an alopecia facts, frequently asked questions type of video. So I haven't really planned out what I'm going to say for any of these questions just because I want it to be really natural, really just synonymous to like when people are walking up to me on the street, they ask me this question and this is what I say. Number one, do you have cancer? No, I do not have cancer. I have an autoimmune disease called alopecia. So autoimmune just basically means like your body's fighting against itself. So what is alopecia? Well, alopecia, like I said, is an autoimmune disorder. Autoimmune just means my body's fighting itself, and specifically this results in me not growing hair. So my body is just kind of like fighting off the hair follicles, basically, in a sense. It's kind of like I'm allergic to hair. So, like, does that affect you in any other way, or is it just your hair? Yeah, so it really just affects my hair if we're talking health issues. I'm not sick in any way. There's nothing wrong with me like that. But also sometimes people can have like sensitive nails and that kind of stuff, so yeah. So you don't have hair like anywhere. Well, that one definitely varies on the person. I specifically don't have hair anywhere. I've grown like some eyelashes from time to time, and like right now I'm growing some peach fuzz. I had to buy a razor for the first time. Yeah, it just depends on the person. Sometimes people will have body hair and not head hair, or vice versa, and yeah, I don't have any. So you have to shave then, or not really? So I have just started having to kind of shave my head, but no, as like a base answer, I really don't have to shave. So is alopecia something that like you're born with, or? So once again, that one definitely varies on the person. Some people are born with alopecia. I think it's more common to develop it, not necessarily to be born with it, but it definitely does happen. I developed it when I was 15 years old, but some people develop it when they're 50 years old. Some people develop it when they're 4 years old. It really just depends on the person. Well, like, could your hair grow back or no? My hair definitely could grow back. It's not out of the question. I've had a little bit of hair regrowth, like specifically on my eyelashes, and from time to time I'll get some peach fuzz on my head, but in terms of like real regrowth, it's definitely possible. I've never experienced any promising regrowth. It's also really common that if your hair starts growing back, it'll fall out again. So it's not very reliable, even if it does grow back. Can I touch your head? Sure, why not? Okay, so you don't have eyebrows or eyelashes. Correct. Some people do, some people don't. I don't. I have eyebrows though that are tattooed. So yeah. Do you get cold? Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I do get cold. And that is why I have about 85,000 hats. Have you ever worn a wig, or is that just not something you've done? I personally have never worn a wig. I got one once, but it just never really appealed to me. I didn't really enjoy it or feel like myself, so I just stopped wearing it. Oh my gosh, you must save so much money on like hair supplies and hair appointments. Like, how much money are you saving? Well, I guess in one sense I save money, but where I save, I lose in microbladed eyebrows, so. How did you cope with that? That must have been so hard. Yeah, it was definitely hard, but I had a lot of great friends at the time, and still do, and my school was really supportive. My family was super supportive. I would say that I mostly kind of buried myself in schoolwork to kind of stay busy, but yeah, it was definitely a hard process. So how long did it take you to lose your hair? Was it quick or like kind of long, or? So as a general rule, it's different for everyone, but for me, I lost my hair in about 2 weeks, week and a half. It was completely gone, or most of it was gone, and I decided to shave the last like 30%. So is there a cure for alopecia? No, there is not. There is not a cure for alopecia. There are a lot of different treatments that you can try. I stopped treatments just because I had a lot of bad results from some of them, bad side effects. There are some things that work for some people, but once again, just different for everybody. It's the joy of autoimmune diseases. Is alopecia inheritable? Like, did your parents have it or anything like that? So alopecia specifically isn't inheritable, but autoimmune diseases can be inheritable within a family. So my parents have, my dad has a couple of autoimmune diseases, disorders, and my grandma as well. So, but neither of them have alopecia. So autoimmune can be inheritable, but not specifically alopecia. What do you think like caused your alopecia? Was it stress or what? So autoimmune diseases are completely unexplainable. There is nothing that really says exactly what caused it. Stress is definitely something that causes it for a lot of people. It's common for people to experience hair loss specifically after going through like something really stressful, but I have traced it back. I wasn't going through anything super stressful at the time. It was just a completely random, crazy thing that happened to me. How common is alopecia? Do a lot of people have it or not really? So there are a lot of people who have alopecia, but there are actually 3 types of alopecia, and it's like the one that I have, like no one has. So alopecia areata, a lot of people actually have, and the majority of people just never know about it because alopecia areata is really easy to be hidden, which is because it's just kind of like you have spots. And there's alopecia totalis, which is where you lose just your head hair, and that'd be a little bit more obvious. Not as many people have it. And then there's alopecia universalis, which is where you lose everything all over your body, what I have, and that's like, you know, less than 0.01% of people have it or whatever. Do you know anyone else with alopecia? Yes, I do. I've met so many people online through Instagram, through Facebook, that kind of stuff. I've also met a lot of people through YouTube and through a conference that I went to who the National Alopecia Areata Foundation actually hosts. So they have a conference once a year, and I was able to meet a lot of really cool people. But I would say I mostly meet people through social media, and I'm able to talk to them, form relationships with them. It's totally awesome. Does your head burn? Yes, it does. It doesn't burn that badly just because I've never been one to burn, because I have kind of like an olive skin tone because I'm Mexican, so I don't burn that often. But since it's so directly in the sun, it does get a little crisp, but yeah, as one would expect. That's all for you folks. Those are all of the frequently asked questions that I could think of that people just kind of randomly ask me on the street or within a series of questions. I absolutely love talking to people when they ask me questions about alopecia, so it's really not a bother for me at all. I just thought this would be kind of a fun video to answer some of these questions that people wonder right off the bat, and so you know you're not crazy. People ask me these things too. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!